April 10th, and we're coming to you from the epicenter of global financial markets. And in just about a half an hour, Auna will ring the opening bell to celebrate its listing here on the New York Stock Exchange by officially opening up the U.S. equity markets. Now, Auna, which already trades on the NYSE under ticker symbol AUNA, says that it's on a mission to transform healthcare in Latin America by providing access to a highly integrated healthcare offering in Spanish-speaking Americas. The healthcare company currently operates in 3 countries, Mexico, Peru, and Colombia. Auna focuses on providing access to healthcare in under-penetrated markets, prioritizing prevention, and concentrating on highly complexity diseases that contribute to most of the healthcare expenditures. Now, as of December 31st, 2023, Auna's network includes 31 healthcare network facilities consisting of hospitals, outpatient prevention, and wellness facilities. Its portfolio of healthcare plans serves more than 1.3 million members. Auna, the 7th Peru-based company, is to join the NYSE. It was founded in 1989, and it sought to address what it saw as an unmet need in the quality and accessibility of treatment for cancer in Peru. In 2018, it expanded to Colombia and then moved and expanded to Mexico in 2022 through its acquisition of Grupo OCA in Monterrey. Now, Auna, which boasts about 15,000 employees, operates in 15 hospitals with over 2,300 beds and 16 outpatient prevention and wellness facilities. It provides a wide array of healthcare services across the 3 countries, including digital offerings, images, and labs, as well as outpatient emergency and hospital and surgery. Now, despite being the latest home for Auna's operations, the company says Mexico accounts for 48% of its business. Peru and Colombia account for 31% and 21% respectively. Auna says that its entrance in Mexico represents a major milestone and positions the company for significant growth. Not only does Auna say that it's the market leader in the city with 34% of its hospital beds, but it also represents the epicenter of the company's nearshoring strategy, which is a path companies use to move parts of its production closer to the final customer, aiming to reduce costs and eliminate logistical setbacks along the way. Now, Monterrey is also the home of many industry giants operations, including NYSE-listed companies Caterpillar, John Deere, Johnson & Johnson, and Whirlpool. Monterrey has also become a manufacturing hub for the aerospace sector as well, such as Pratt & Whitney, parent company of RTX, which trades here at the New York Stock Exchange as well, and GE Aerospace, which rang the opening bell just last week. Let's take a look.
One historic moment and 2 iconic brands. You have truly built a world that works.
This is such a wonderful place to both look back and look forward. Look how far we have come. And I really want us all focused from here on the future. As we move forward on GE Aerospace, I'm so optimistic about what lies ahead. It has been a privilege to be with you. Let's do it.
Now, in just a few moments, we will take you to the boardroom where Auna's executive chairman and president, Suso Zamora, will deliver remarks and receive an NYSE medallion and the listing certificate. And after the boardroom events conclude there, the Auna executive team will head down to the iconic NYSE trading floor and sign the distinguished guest book. And this is very significant at the NYSE because it represents a ceremonial act that symbolizes the importance of the exchange and those associated with it. It indicates the individual or organization significance in the financial community and their contributions to finance and business. Now, the executive team will then make their way up to the Bell podium at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. They will ring the opening bell and open up the U.S. equity markets. And I'll also speak with Suso Zamora as well as Auna's Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President Giselle Remy later on in today's broadcast. But before all of this unfolds, here are a few messages from Auna. When Auna recently launched its IPO, Sousa Zamora made it clear that his vision was on the future, saying, "As we expand, we will continue prioritizing prevention and concentrating on high complexity diseases that contribute to most of the healthcare expenditures, all while remaining patient-centered and committed to the highest standards of care, quality, and patient safety." And the company strongly abides by what it calls the Auna Way, which aims to create high value for patients, families, and its staff while achieving sustainable, competitive advantages. Now, the Auna Way consists of 6 pillars. It includes amplifying access to a lifelong ecosystem, which we'll talk more about in just a little bit, but now I'm going to toss it to Lynn Martin for more of our live coverage from the boardroom.
Congratulations. I know this has been years in the making, and it's my honor on behalf of our chair, my colleagues, to welcome Auna to our community of market leaders. At the New York Stock Exchange, we're a community of 2,400 companies, the largest, most well-governed companies in the world. And we're thrilled to welcome you all to that community, not just you in the room, but your 15,000 employees globally. I know there's been a lot of hard work, and you've focused on being very patient-centric, and that's clearly why you are the leader in healthcare services in Spanish-speaking Latin America. Congratulations, because I know that doesn't come without a tremendous amount of focus, a tremendous amount of effort, staying close to your customers, and focusing on improving the lives of everyone that you touch every day. So congratulations. We have a variety of traditions at the New York Stock Exchange, but first let me give you a little bit of our history. We were founded on the corner of Wall and Broad, which is where you entered today, in 1792. At the time, 24 brokers got together under what was then a buttonwood tree. They formed what has continued to withstand the test of time. A couple of principles focused on the markets. Those are 2 principles that we remain true to every day. One focused on transparency and another focused on fairness. With those 232 years almost of history comes a variety of traditions. But first, I want to welcome Jesus. Where did Jesus go? Jesus, come on up to the stage. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Everybody's asked me to be very brief, and that's difficult for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hosting us. Thank you very much for receiving us. We're really excited to have Auna and the New York Stock Exchange brand together. We're very happy to be working together on this. Thank you very much for all the support. I just want to be very brief. Today is a very important day for Auna, for all of us here. For those that are not here, that are part of the Auna community, very important as well. And of course, this is undoubtedly one of the critical events in the history of Auna. And we will look back at it as a before and after the IPO. And it's a great event. It's a great opportunity. And when we look at what we've accomplished, it has been tremendous, tremendous with our founders, with the different teams and the current teams in the 3 countries. It has been tremendous. But let me not leave it there. The future is even more tremendous. And we're going to capture it. We're going to capture everything that we can do to be so patient-centered, with such high standards in medical excellence. And of course, financial returns for our stockholders, shareholders. Today is a day, more importantly, to celebrate. And the way I like to celebrate is to thank. Thank you all. And behind all of us, so many people within our teams, there are families and communities. Parents, like my mother here. Children, like my children here. That empower us and support us in our mission. That bear with us with our passion. We will continue in that route, thanking everybody being so grateful for this opportunity, thanking everybody for everything that we do in this amazing company to reach high and higher standards. I want to be very thankful there. We've made it here, and if I were to say anything, our resilience is admirable. It's part of our nature. It's amazing, this resilience. There's no obstacle we cannot surpass. But more importantly than the resilience, we didn't weather any of the storms in the past, and including the tremendous obstacles that we had to surpass to be here on our own. We are here because we work well together, and we collect this success together. That togetherness, Auna means united for those that are not Spanish speakers. It's such a critical part of what we do. Togetherness. We collect today, we thank, and we collect today this togetherness. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity to be very thankful. Thank you again.
We're 232 years old at the New York Stock Exchange. Incredibly thankful for our community. And as a token of our own thanks for joining us on this journey, I have a couple of things I would like to present you with. First, Jesus, we present a medallion to our bell ringer every morning. It's my honor to present you with this morning's medallion. On the front is our 6 pillars, which stand for a variety of things, but most importantly, they stand for access to free markets around the globe. And on the back is the buttonwood tree. The buttonwood tree reminds us of our roots, but it also reminds us of our commitment to a sustainable future. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And then we are about to go downstairs to open the global equity markets. After we do that, you will open your stock. You're going to do so by hitting our second bell, which is our first trade bell. You're going to do that with a mallet, which I am presenting you with.
Thank you. So we also want to thank the New York Stock Exchange with a bell of our own, a very important bell for us. We use it especially in high complexity in cancer care when our patients have finished their treatments.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a very important milestone within our own community, and we want to share this with your community.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very special to us, not only because we like bells, but this reminds us of what's most important in the world, and that is being with family and friends in good health and happy times. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everyone will receive a slightly smaller medallion on your way out. Never fear, one of our traditions is no one goes away empty-handed. So we will get those on the way out. And last but certainly not least, it's my honor to present you, Jesus, with a significant milestone, which is your original listing certificate.
Beautiful.
Hopefully this will remind you of today, before the journey to get to today, but then most importantly, your vibrant future.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. So with that, I am going to turn it back to the web host for those employees joining us around the globe.
Now we just heard from NYSE President Lynn Martin along with Auna Chairman and President Suso Zamora. And you know, I want to point out a few of the things that he said and just did actually. We're getting ready to ring the opening bell, but he presented Lynn Martin and the NYSE with a bell of their own. He was saying that this is what they use in cancer care when patients finish their care. And Lynn Martin was saying how significant that was because there's nothing that we love more and reminds us about what life is about, being surrounded by your loved ones, friends, family, in good health. He was also saying that this is one of the most critical events for the company, but the future will be even more tremendous. He was also talking about how thankful he was to his team, to their families, to their communities. Without their help, support, they would not be in this pivotal moment they are today. He gave an emotional thanks to his mother, who is here today, along with his children. But he also said that our resilience is admirable, that there is no obstacle that they can't surpass. So again, another milestone for Auna, and we're going to get to all of that and so much more when we speak to him later on in the show. But first, I want to jump back to a little bit more history about Auna. It was originally founded in 1989 to address an unmet need in the quality and accessibility of cancer treatment in Peru. And according to the World Health Organization, the burden of cancer remains an urgent situation. The WHO says that in 2022, there were an estimated 20 million new cancer cases and 9.7 million deaths. The estimated number of people who were alive within 5 years following a cancer diagnosis was 53.5 million. About 1 in every 5 people develop cancer in their lifetime, and approximately 1 in 9 men and 1 in 12 women die from the disease. Now, the WHO adds that more than 35 million new cancer cases are predicted in 2050. That's a 77% increase from the estimated 20 million cases in 2022. Now, switching gears a little bit, the NYSE has regularly been recognizing health-based companies and events. One such example was the Women's Health Investors Summit, an event that brought together investors from venture capital, family offices, foundations, endowments, pension funds, and governments that are all investing in women's health. Here are some of those key messages.
I invest in women.
I invest in women.
I invest in women.
I invest in women.
I invest in women
because of my mother, my grandmother, and especially my daughter.
I have 2 daughters and I want to create a better world for them.
Why do I invest in women? For God's sakes, they're half the population of the world.
Because every human on the planet is a result of women's health.
I invest in women because it's stupid not to. Close to half of our portfolio in healthcare is led by female founders and CEOs.
Promoting the health of women is healthcare. It is investable as much as it's a human right.
Our healthcare system is not built for women, and now that we know that that is true, we have to act.
We are underserved, and we have been underserved in women's health for years, decades, centuries. We need specialized research.
Women's health research and the data is much needed, and we hope to fill that gap in the pipeline to bring new innovations.
I invest in women's health because it's the most important way to drive forward gender equality.
Gender equity for better outcomes. But at the end of the day, to make this mainstream, it needs to be a business case.
I invest in women
because it's good business.
Because I like to make money. And investing in women's health makes money.
It will help to advance women in leadership positions around the world.
I invest in women because healthy women mean a healthy family, a healthy workforce, and a healthy world. They are the transformation capital of the 21st century. They're the chief medical officers of the home and the custodians of change.
They are leading the economy. They're starting so many companies. They never stop. And if we don't all invest in women, I ask you, where would the world be? I'm a big believer in women. Thank you for asking.
Now, the New York Stock Exchange has expanded its healthcare community in 2024. Alto Neuroscience, a company looking to redefine mental health treatments, listed on the NYSE in February. And our very own Judy Shaw sat down with the CEO, Amit Edkin, to discuss his company's vision. Let's take a look.
The goal is to improve psychiatric treatment, to redefine psychiatry by bringing forward for the first time new medications that work better because they're more targeted. We can identify the people for whom one of our indications may best work by doing a test of their brain. Different ways to understand what's actually going on in that person that may be driving their depression, schizophrenia, PTSD, bipolar depression, all of these things that right now have so few treatments. We're hoping to completely redefine psychiatry.
So tell me, how is your approach to personalized psychiatric treatment different from the traditional mental health therapies that are out there right now?
So I'm a psychiatrist as well as a neuroscientist, so I see things with both sides of that coin. And in the clinic right now, all we have is a trial and error kind of process where you give something, you wait months potentially, see if it works, and you have no idea what will actually work for your patient. But we know that the brain drives psychiatric symptoms and psychiatric problems. So why not measure the brain? Why not build a suite of tests that can tell you for any given drug what might work for you? And the way we do that is for the drugs we are developing currently in clinical trials.
So talk to me about how you're addressing the unmet need in mental health care. What are you doing?
Yeah. So we're developing a number of new potential treatments, medication treatments targeting depression, schizophrenia, other disorders. And each one of them we pair with a brain test. That might be doing a test on the computer and looking at your cognitive capacities, or a brainwave recording, an EEG recording, or even using a watch to, like a wearable, to understand sleep and activity, all of which tell us about people, the problems they're experiencing, and give us objective measures for the first time to guide clinical care.
All right, now, Amit, tell me, what does this day mean to you, and what does it mean for Alto?
As the founder of this company, it's a very special day. As a team here with us, it's an even more special day. For us, today is fuel for this fire. Really going after our mission, which we've been steadily working against, and really push out innovative new treatments, because patients are waiting. At the end of the day, we need to do this because the impact on the world that we want is so badly needed.
Seconds. All right, guys, we are on the trading floor right now, and I am joined with Nico Arina. How do I say your last name? Arina, right? Arino.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get it right for our viewers. No, but I mean, tell all of our viewers who are watching near and far exactly your role here at the NYSE as we get ready to open up the opening bell.
Great. Well, first of all, bienvenidos. Welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to be in touch with you today. It's a very special day for us, and obviously even more so for you. As Ritzy mentioned, my name is Nicolas Arino. I work for the New York Stock Exchange. A lot of people here work for different organizations. I am actually an employee for the New York Stock Exchange, the largest stock exchange in the world. And I would say not just the largest, but it's also the one with the highest standards, the most difficult to get in, and also the one with the better services, I would say, for all our listed companies. My role is to be the primary point of contact for our companies from Latin America, Bermuda, and the Caribbean region. So I have the pleasure to be in touch mostly with the executives of these companies, 95 companies from these regions listed with us. It's really a privilege for me to be in touch with these executives, and I'm very happy to be talking to you today.
And I want to talk more about that relationship, right? Because here at the New York Stock Exchange, it's all about relationships. We have over 2,400 listed companies, many of them international, who you work with. Talk to me about that. We're getting images right now of the executive team, right, by the way, in front of Kramer's set where he films Mad Money. So we're going to be pushed out of the way here and there because, again, this is an active trading floor. But talk to me about that relationship. How did it start? How did you help nourish this relationship to get this pivotal, significant moment today?
Well, great question, Trinity, and it takes a lot of time. It takes time. We start talking to companies years before they actually do the IPO, before they can list. In the case of Auna, I think we have been in touch with them since the year, maybe just pre-COVID for sure. Has been obviously a difficult process for the healthcare sector, and many thanks to all of you. That was such an important sector to keep us healthy during those difficult years. But we started talking to them, very early in the process. Then the market need to help. Sometimes, the listing or the IPO process needs to wait for more stable times where the rates are a specific way or the volatility is not so high. So, very happy that Auna was able to do that a couple of weeks ago. Today we are celebrating the IPO a few weeks after.
And we have about 90 seconds right now before we're going to go to a quick video before we ring the opening bell. But quickly, do you want to tell any of the viewers in Spanish-speaking countries a message in Spanish?
Bueno, mi mensaje en español es que disfruten este día y felicitaciones a todos. Es muy difícil, la verdad, estar aquí como una empresa listada. Solo 95 empresas de toda Latinoamérica, Bermuda y el Caribe están listadas, tienen acciones cotizando en la Bolsa de Valores de Nueva York. Entonces, primero es felicitarlos porque lleva mucho trabajo y segundo, disfrutar. Es un día de celebración hoy.
Well, thank you so much, Nico, for joining me today. Now, we have about 30 seconds right now. I want to get a few shots of the crowd right now before we go to that video and open up the U.S. equity markets. I mean, again, this is dozens of Auna's family, friends, colleagues, everybody who is supporting Auna and their important work, everybody who is watching near and far today. It's hugely significant, again, to get to this moment. But you guys are going to get a little bit louder, right, when we open the U.S. equity markets, yeah? All right, that's just a little preview. But first, we're going to take a quick look at a video right before we ring this opening bell. We'll be right back. Joining me now is Jay Woods, Chief Global Strategist at Freedom Capital Markets. Good morning, Jay. What a great day.
Good morning. Yeah, exciting day, great bell. It's always fun to be down here for events like this.
No, for sure. And we actually have breaking news coming on the air. We had all the inflation data that came out. What do we got?
Yeah, we came in a little higher, hotter in the CPI. That's 3 months in a row where that inflationary numbers ticked up. And the whole point of getting ready for rate cuts was to see these numbers cool. And that is the one thing that's rattling markets a little bit. I like to put things in perspective. Right now, what we're having is a minor correction in the market. We have gone up 2 quarters in a row of over 10%. We're pulling back. We get 5% corrections on average a year, and we're down about 3% from the high once we get this opening, and when the dust settles, we may be down a little bit lower, but that number got a little people off guard and has people just moving to the sidelines this morning.
Were you anticipating this or no?
No, well, I was hoping things would come in line or cool, and then we could talk about rate cuts. But right now, the market wasn't anticipating it. The market has been kind of quiet the last 2 days, waiting for this number. And as it came in slightly hotter, we're getting a knee-jerk reaction to the downside. The Dow being down 400. The small caps are getting hit the hardest. Small caps are more, adverse to inflation being higher for longer, and that's what we're going through right now. I think we're normalizing it. We're still trading just off all-time highs, but this number was not what the Fed wanted to see for a branch that takes it one data point at a time. This is a data point they wanted to see go lower, not higher. So the talk of rate cuts is probably going to subside for a little while longer.
I mean, that seems to be the ongoing trend, right? What should investors look out for today and for the rest of the week?
Well, investors shouldn't worry about the day-to-day minutia that goes on. If you were playing to trade to, think that we were going to cut 3 times, maybe more this year, I don't think that's in the cards. But what has happened is we've been adjusting this higher for longer. The rally that was so strong the end of the quarter last year, the beginning of this year, it's going to slow. And these are normal processes. It's just how we digest it. What we need to focus on, earnings season. It kicks off on Friday with the financials and kicks into high gear next year. I think when you look at the individual companies and how those start to break down, that'll be the real story. But for now, the macro story, it gave us a little bump in the road, and the smooth sailing up is going to go on a little bit of a pause for the next week or so until those earnings kick in.
And speaking of things to look out for, we have wholesale inflation data, which is coming out tomorrow. What should investors be on the lookout for?
Yeah, well, usually that follows right in line with the PPI follows right in line with the CPI. So I would hope that it comes in line with the analysts' expectations, but if that's slightly hotter, that wouldn't be surprising at this point. I don't think it's going to move the needle of the CPI. This number does move the needle a lot more. And then watch jobless claims. The economy, the unemployment numbers, they have been so stable and historically low for a long time. Not that you root for those numbers to go up, but economists want to see those numbers tick up, because if they don't, then we're not going to talk about cuts. In 3 or 4 months, they may talk about maybe we need another hike. I don't think we're there yet, but that's how they're going to play it out.
So we're talking about inflation. We're on the lookout for earnings. We have a lot of things to look out for, but what do you think are the major storylines that we should keep an eye on? What are the biggest trends that we should be on our radar?
Well, right now the biggest trends are what we talked about, unfortunately. We did have a nice run in the IPOs. We have some IPOs coming to market. I still think it is a good time for companies looking to take that plunge, to make that plunge. We are just off all-time highs. Rates are stable, but right now it's going to be all about earnings season. So the next few times we talk, we're going to be seeing crowds of people in different stocks around us as they run into those stocks for the opening during earnings season.
Amazing. And we're getting images right now of all the executive team and members of family right now getting pictures on. I just want to take a look right here. Todd, can we go and see how cute these kids are at the Distinguished Guest Book podium taking photos, utilizing every opportunity to capture this milestone moment, again, right in front of CNBC's set. But anyway, I just had to get those shots. I thought it was so cute.
That's what it's all about. It's about the company today, and the news today, we're going to get a CPI number another month and another month, and we'll talk about it. But, being here, we want to focus on the long term, and when we can celebrate great companies like this today with their whole family and team, that's what this is all about.
That's what it's all about. Well, thank you so much, Jay, for joining me today, and I'll catch up with you later.
All right, look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a look at a quick video, and we'll be right back. am joined now with the head of healthcare and life sciences for capital markets here at the NYSE, Joanna Grossman. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning, Trinity. How are you?
I'm good. And you know, all of the team is watching near and far as they tune into our show. Would you like to tell them anything?
Yes, of course. Well, first, felicitaciones a Auna. Felicidades a todos los empleados de Auna. Bienvenidos hoy a la Bolsa de Valores de Nueva York.
And now let's talk about Auna being here today and the significance behind joining the NYSE community.
Well, today is a day for celebration first and foremost. It's really a testament to all the hard work that has gone in from everyone around the world, especially at Auna, to get to this moment. And it really kind of underscores how far they've come in transforming healthcare in Latin America by providing integrated offerings in Mexico, Peru, and Colombia.
And let's talk more about that. Like you said, they're in Mexico, Peru, and Colombia, but we're actually getting images right now of them signing the wall, so that's what we're seeing right now on the screen. But let's talk about how the NYSE platform helps companies not only in the healthcare sector, but internationally.
Yeah, so by joining the New York Stock Exchange, companies are joining the largest exchange in the world, and that comes with a lot of benefits, specifically when it comes to visibility. So international companies coming to the U.S. can take advantage of a lot of those things. So for example, the content franchises that we have, one of which is Taking Stock with Trinity Chavez Yu, as well as the New York Stock Exchange Floor Talk with Judy Shaw. So companies from international can come and be on a platform, a global stage, talking about some of their key milestones, about their company, etc. But not only that, companies can also come to the New York Stock Exchange to celebrate those key milestones, also host their investor days, their board meetings, etc. here at the New York Stock Exchange.
And let's talk more about how the exchange is investing in the healthcare sector, and if you can give more specific examples of that.
Sure. So we are nothing without our companies. And in healthcare, we have an unmatched global community of pharma companies, of services companies like Auna, of hospital systems, of medical device companies, of payer companies, etc. And like I said, we're nothing without the community. So we're really invested in that community and making sure that we're bringing that community together, making key introductions for them, because you never know when that next partner is going to come. And we do that by events. So events is a great example of how we bring these
I'm sorry to cut you off. That's the first trade bell. We're seeing the executive team right now. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. The executive team right there is ringing the first trade bell. And ringing the opening bell is very significant, but ringing the first trade bell only happens one time. In this case, it happened a couple times.
Yeah, no, the first trade bell is such a special moment for a company. It really signifies the first time that stock is actively trading. Of course, Auna did their IPO a couple of weeks back, but it is such a memorable and such a special moment for companies.
And did you want to go back to your point about the specific examples, how the NYSE is investing in the healthcare sector?
Yes, thank you for bringing me back to that point on events. So yeah, we do about 2,500 events a year in healthcare specifically. We just did our CEO Digital Health Summit in collaboration with Rock Health. Upcoming on May 1st, we're doing our Women's Health Investor Summit, where we're inviting communities of the investors, as well as community of C-suite executives of companies in the women's health space to come together. Over the summer, we're going to be doing our AI in biology or bio event, and many more coming down the pipeline as well. So again, these are opportunities to come for our listed companies to come back and make key connections that will be helpful for them in the future.
It's all about making those key connections. Well, thank you so much, Johanna, for joining me.
Thank you, Trinity. I'm always happy to be here. And again, felicidades a Auna.
All right, I'll see you later. I'm going to bring in now the CEO, Mr. Jesus. Hello, how are you? Good, good. Actually, let's step over here. You could say right there, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You just officially opened up the U.S. equity markets. You rang your first trade bell. How are you feeling right now?
Great. Very enthused and very proud. We have a great team. We made it here because we have a great team.
So you are the chairman and president of Auna. What would you say are your biggest priorities now for 2024?
Yeah, we continue our mandate of high quality care for the populations we serve. Our big mandate for the next 2 years is our rollout in Mexico. And we're really excited about doing what we've done already in Peru and Colombia and repeating it in Mexico.
And And why would you say that now was the time to join the NYSE community of over 2,400 listed companies?
Well, we've been preparing for it for many, many years. You know, we have the right size and we have the right story. We're a growth stock, you know, and we need to be here and we need to expose, you know, what we can do to a broader set of investors. That's what the New York Stock Exchange and the international capital markets offer us, and I think it's a great opportunity to coincide in our mandate of great patient journeys, great medical resolutions, high financial returns.
And you know, you already operate in Mexico, Peru, and Colombia. What markets are you eyeing next?
No, right now we're very focused on Mexico. Mexico, we just started a couple of years ago in one of the larger cities. We still have, you know, a series of additional cities we need to expand to. So right now the focus is Mexico before we entertain an additional different country.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to speak to so many more people, but first we're going to take a look at a quick video of all of the exciting events that happen around the exchange.
Together, we built something truly beautiful.
It takes years of dedication to get to this milestone.
New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America's all about, the potential of an American dream.
It is day one. A lot of work has happened to lead to this historic moment.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.
Giselle Remy, Auna's EVP and CFO, is joining me now. Good morning.
Good morning.
You just rang the opening bell. You're here with your executive team joining the NYSE community of over 2,400 listed companies. How are you feeling right now?
Very, very thankful, very grateful with the incredible team at Auna and all the work they had to do to get us here today.
And this obviously is embarking on the next chapter, right? What would you say excites you most for the rest of the year and years to come?
Auna is an incredible company built by an incredible team in the 3 countries where we operate. I'm so excited about the growth that we're going to continue to deliver to the market in the rest of this year and in the years to come.
And from where you sit as the Chief Financial Officer, what would you say are your biggest priorities for the rest of the year? Is there anything that you're specifically targeting from a financial standpoint?
Yes, of course. Giving Auna, the team, and the investors everything necessary to continue to grow the business and obviously to continue to provide care in the 3 countries where we operate.
And it obviously, as you stated, takes a hugely committed team to get to where you are today, this pivotal moment. Is there anything specific that you would like to tell anybody who's watching near and far?
Yeah, of course. Again, extremely grateful. Thank you to everyone that brought us here, and it's just the beginning. There's a lot more to come.
A lot more to come, and this is just the beginning. What a great way. We're going to end it on that note. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
And as we just said, we're going to end it on that note. Thank you all for tuning in near and far. For those of you watching, I am Trinity Chavez, and we'll see you next time.
Iconic brands speak for themselves. The strongest brands stand the test of time. We are so excited to welcome you to our community. Today is all about you.
We've never lost sight of what we're trying to do and deliver that mission.
Going through this experience with my partners and my families has been unbelievable.
We imagined something that didn't exist yet, and we believed that we could do it.
You're going to look back on this accomplishment as one of the finest you've ever done.
I want you to know that the best is yet to come.
Just a few minutes, we'll go downstairs to the legendary New York Stock Exchange trading floor to ring the opening bell. The history here, the tradition, it's just incredible for us to be at this moment.